Alright, what's up everybody? My name is DeltaWolf556 and I'm back with episode 60 of my Fallout New Vegas playthrough. In the last episode, we finished off helping with every quest at Camp McCarran except for one. Now that last quest, like I said in the last episode, I'm saving for a future episode, mainly so I don't have to go to a certain plant-filled vault a million different times. Now in today's episode, we are back on the Strip. We're right next to the NCR Embassy because, well, we've been keeping Ambassador Crocker waiting for 14 episodes now. 14 or 15, somewhere around there. And yeah, we're not going to keep him waiting anymore. We're going to go ahead and pay him a visit and see what he wants from us. Hello there, Ambassador Crocker.
I'm glad you could make it. I have something I wanted to discuss with you. It's a very important matter, and I have a strong feeling you're the perfect person for the job.
Alright, well, let's hear it.
I'm sure you've noticed that things are a little tense around here with all the issues between the NCR, the Legion, and Mr. House. It doesn't take a genius to see that something big is going to happen soon. To be honest with you, the NCR is in a tight spot. But if we fail now, it's the people here that are going to suffer the most. I'm not willing to let that happen, and I don't think you're the kind of person that would either.
You're right about that. You have my attention. Please go on.
To the northeast is a settlement. The locals here call them boomers. They are sitting on a munitions stockpile that would be invaluable to us. I would like you to get in contact with them, and then do whatever it takes to convince them to help us. Unfortunately, the boomers keep to themselves and are, let's say, hostile to all outsiders. That's why I need someone like you. Someone with your background and reputation would have a better chance of reaching them than anyone I have available. In exchange for your help, you would receive complete amnesty for any past crimes against the NCR, as well as additional benefits and perks. Do you think you would be able to do this for me?
Absolutely. I will find them and I will talk to them.
Much appreciated. Once you've talked to them, come back and let me know if they will help us.
Will do.
Goodbye.
And that gives us things that go boom. So let's go ahead and pay the boomers a visit. So the New Vegas Medical Clinic is the furthest northeastern location that I have discovered. In other words, this is the closest location to the boomers that I have. So we'll go ahead and fast travel there. So before we head up there and go to the boomers, we're going to make a short little side stop right here at the Fields Shack. Because inside the Field Shack, we have the unique BB gun, the Abilene Kid limited edition BB gun. So I grabbed a regular BB gun from a metal box inside the Field Shack with this one right before I grabbed this. So we can kind of compare it, but obviously this is basically full condition and this is pretty close to being broken. But obviously, right off the bat, you can see it has bonus critical damage and bonus critical chance. They have the same strength and guns requirement of 1 strength and 0 guns. But you can see DPS of 37, DPS of 8, damage of 6, damage of 4. And they have the same weight. Obviously, the BB gun's worthless, but the limited edition BB gun is worth quite a bit. Hello, George. Are you going to tell me about something?
Whoa there, pal. You better slow down, or you'll get blown up like the rest of the idiots who thought they'd scavenge in boomer territory. Now that I've got your attention, might you be interested in a little information? It'll cost you, but it's well worth the investment.
Speech of 30. You can tell me, or you can tell the underside of my boot.
Whoa, simmer down. I'll tell you, I'm a gambler and a scavenger. I've made some cash from gambling and some cash from reclaiming goods that are no longer being used. Now, do you want my help or not?
Well, thanks for the warning. What's going on past those signs?
Oh, lordy, lordy. You haven't heard of the boomers? What rock have you been living under? They're a bunch of artillery-slinging, grenade-lobbing odd jobs camping out in Nellis. Wander into their territory and you're as good as mincemeat.
Is there a way to get past?
There is a way, and I'll tell you. For a little wager.
Wager? Let's hear it.
Well, I know the secret to get past. If you give me the caps, I'll tell you. If you make it back alive, I'll double your money.
In other words, free money. So barter of 40, 300 caps. I'm a bit short right now. How about 200? But no, because we're obviously not gonna die. Here's my 300 caps. You got yourselves a bet.
Okay, here you go. That page has the details, but it's all in the timing as you move from building to building. I'll be here watching, so I'll know if you've made it to the gate or not. Remember, there's 600 caps in it if you make it.
Alright, and guess what? I'm not even gonna read it. I'm literally not even gonna read it. I'm gonna wait for you to get up there. Oh, you're not even gonna go up there to watch? All right, well, suit yourself. All right, well, let's go. I'm not even gonna read the page. I'm just gonna sprint straight through there. This is how I always do it. Not get stuck on those rocks, but I just stick to the left side. Ow. I managed to get hit a little bit. Luckily, I got enough damage threshold. And then they should stop firing now, and that's a pretty cool low poly air traffic control tower. But yeah, we're close enough to the fence, they're not even going to shoot at us anymore. Before we head over to the gate, let's read that note and see what it even says. Nellis artillery timing details. The key to avoiding the artillery is to move from building to building, up the northwest side of town toward the front gate. Stick to the high cover in the northeast corner of the two buildings and make a beeline for the gate. The boomers won't shoot at their own people, so stick to the fence until you make it to the gate. Also, I know there is an old train tunnel that enters the area from the south, but no one has ever come back out of there to say it is safe. That's because there's death claws over there. Well, you know what's funny? I didn't even go near the buildings, alright? I literally just ran along the, I guess the wall of rocks there. So, hello, boomers. I am here to make peace with you guys.
Hold it right there. Don't you move. How the hell did you survive that bombardment?
One thing that really bothers me is I wish that there was an option that was like, what bombardment? I would choose that option every time. Because that's exactly what I would say. I'd be like, what bombardment? There wasn't a bombardment. But I guess who's in charge here?
I'm not telling you a thing, savage. Move a muscle now and I'll blow you to pieces.
There is a chain link fence between me and you, so but I didn't come here to attack you.
Then just stay where you are. Raquel will be here any second.
I'll take this from here. I'm Raquel, Master-at-Arms for the Nellis homeland. Mother Pearl, our eldest, wishes to speak to you.
Alright, lead the way.
Follow close and mind your behavior.
Welcome, child. Took your sweet time getting here, didn't you? I've been waiting a good 5 years for an outsider to come along and visit.
Well, you didn't exactly roll out a red carpet.
Those howitzers of ours aren't just for entertainment, child. Explosive ordnance is what keeps the savages at a distance. Except you. There's something special about you, child, and it was the howitzers that gave you a chance to show it.
So how might I be of assistance, Pearl?
Oh, so many ways. Small ones to begin with, so we can get used to what it's like to have a outsider around and about. Should that go well, maybe you can help in big ways, too. We'll have to see.
So is one of those small ways I can help you out, AR 670-1, you know, so you could properly put those medals on your uniform instead of putting them on your shoulder and on your forearm of your sleeves. Look at that. You have medals on, like, your elbow. What the heck? So, where do I start, Pearl?
You picked a good time to stop by, for we're swimming in problems. My youngers can tell you all about it. Raquel could use help with the bug problem. Doc Argyle has wounded he's tending to. And Loyal and Jack might be looking for help with some repairs. Or you could just go see Pete at the museum and hear the story of our people. All you have to do there is listen. Come and go as you like, help or don't help, I leave it up to you. But I hope you'll show my youngers that not every outsider needs to be blown up.
That I can do. Most likely. And there we go. Volare. So I'm going to start by helping the boomers with what I think is the most important thing, or I guess the highest priority, which is in the Nellis Medical Station. Obviously, that is the wounded boomers. Hello, Doc Argyle.
I know Mother Pearl is letting you wander Nellis as you please, outsider, but I have patients to tend to.
I know, and I am looking for ways to make myself useful.
I have 3 patients here who were gravely injured fighting those giant ants in the generator building a few days ago. I've stabilized their wounds, but they're in bad shape. Do you have medical training?
I have extensive medical training. Medicine of 40. I have a medicine of 100. I have extensive medical knowledge. Let's see what I can do.
If what you say is true, you can do us a world of good.
Alright, let's do it. Let's start with this guy here. This man's leg is seriously injured. It may require amputation to save him. Are you sure to want to attempt the operation? Are you sure to want to? I think that's supposed to be you. Are you sure you want to attempt the operation? Medicine 50 or higher. Like I said, I have a medicine of 100, but are you sure to want to? Yes, I am sure to want to. Upon further examination, after cleaning the leg, you realize it can be saved. You carefully remove the existing stitches, clean the wounds thoroughly, then restitch the wounds closed using a much more effective procedure.
I thought that man was done for, but you brought him around.
Yep, you are very welcome. Alright, and we'll do this one next. This man appears to be severely injured. Swelling around his face and neck is interfering with his breathing. Are you sure to want to treat him? Yes, I am sure to want to treat him. After carefully considering treatment options, you realize the patient is merely having a strong allergic reaction. By cleaning all wounds of ant venom and administering a steroid compound, you reduce the swelling and the patient's breathing returns to normal. And we are already up to accepted by the boomers.
That was some fine doctoring. I could learn a thing or two from you.
Yep, you absolutely could. And the last one. This man looks like he has a serious infection. Improper treatment would kill him. Would you like to treat him? Oh, it's not would to like to treat him? Medicine 40 or higher. Obviously, I would yes, to like to treat him. With a combination of natural herbs, bandages, and some disinfectant, I'm able to clean the wounds and help boost a patient's immune system enough that he'll survive.
Excellent treatment. I hadn't thought of that.
So I have finished treating your patients, Doc.
Those men owe you their lives. Seems we could learn a thing or two from you savages, when it comes to medicine at least. See ya.
Alright, that is one person down. Next up, we're going to head inside the Boomer Museum so we can kind of learn a thing or two about the Boomers' past. Hello there, Pete.
You're the outsider. Mother Pearl sent word that you'd be stopping by. You must be eager to hear the story of our people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would love to know all about your people.
Wonderful. I'm sure you've noticed the mural on the wall of this hut. Shall I tell you what it all means?
Yes, please do.
Excellent. Imagine you're the first outsider to ever hear our tale. Ages ago, long before I was born, we lived underground. Everyone had guns, but the overseer wouldn't let us explode anything, not even a hand grenade.
His head was twitching a lot there.
We left and wandered the wastes. There were savages with knives. We blew them up with frag mines and grenades, burned them with flamethrowers. It was neat, but there was a downside. For every 43.6 savages we killed, we lost one of our own. We needed a new home. We needed Nellis.
That's an oddly specific number.
Here we have prospered and multiplied. Here our mighty guns destroy any savages who might try to harm us before they can even reach our gates. Well, until... But... Not saying you want to harm us or you're a savage, but anyways. Nellis has revealed many secrets. It has taught us how to fly the bombers once based here, and it has taught us where to find one. And that is our story so far. For this last image is our future. To restore the bomber, to fly the open skies in armored safety, raining high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages. This is our destiny. I'm pleased that you listened to the entire story. Perhaps there are details you'd like to know more about. Let me know. Hi. Bye. Now that you know the story of our people, you must have all sorts of questions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Who are you?
Me? I'm Pete, keeper of the story. I know I seem kind of young. I was the apprentice keeper of the story until a couple months ago, but old Keeper Don, well, whiskey and landmines don't go together. So it's up to me. I bet you want to know everything about us.
Well, I also wanted to know why, like, your head kept twitching back and forth while you were telling the story, but I guess that doesn't appear to be an option here. So I have some questions about your people's history.
Ask away.
But why did your ancestors leave the safety of a vault?
So you know about the vaults? Yes, we lived in one of those. Ours was numbered 34. In our vault, everyone had guns, but the Overseer wouldn't let you fire off any of the really fun ones. I guess all the little pops and bangs at the firing ranges just got boring after a while.
So your people were willing to risk it all for freedom?
And at Nellis, we found it. We haven't detonated any atomic warheads since before I was born. But otherwise, it's do as you will. Anything else you want to know?
I'm surprised Nellis was empty when your people found it.
Several automatic warheads detonate here 100 years ago, leaving the base highly radioactive. The savages of the waste, ignoramuses, all avoided Nellis by habit.
You said automatic, not atomic, but science of 35, whereas your people had brought Geiger counters with them from the vault.
That's exactly right. You're very knowledgeable for a Sav, an outsider. Anything else you want to know?
So how do you survive, totally cut off from the world?
Nellis is a completely self-sufficient community. We draw water from Lake Mead, solar arrays provide power, and we grow our own crops.
With a survival of 40, you must cultivate soy or legumes for protein in addition to grains.
Indeed we do. Very impressive. Anything else you want to know?
What are howitzers doing at an Air Force base?
You're right. They weren't here when we discovered Nellis. We found the guns at a huge weapon depot called Area 2, many miles from here. It took many weeks to drag the guns and their ammunition back to Nellis, and it was the last time any of us set foot beyond our homeland.
With a speech of 40, that howitzer battery is a monument to the grit and resolve of your people.
Thank you so much. I'll be sure to pass that on. Anything else you want to know?
So how has Nellis taught your people to fly?
Once we restore power, we learned that some elaborate chairs we've been sleeping in were actually virtual reality simulators. We believe they were used to train combat pilots. We used them extensively. I alone have shot down over 500 Chinese Zion 85 fighters. Before you ask, I'm afraid there's no way you can be allowed to use the simulators. They're for our use only. Sorry.
And he's not lying. There is no way in the game of New Vegas to access being able to use them. They're literally just like the Tranquility Lane simulators from Fallout 3, but obviously repurposed for obviously we're going to take a look at them a little bit later, and I could tell you a little, or not really tell you more, but like talk a little bit more about them. I'm sure there's a mod that allows you to use them and or something, but I don't have a mod for that. With a speech of 55, oh, to slip the surly bonds of earth and dance amid the soaring birds.
That's beautiful. Yes, it's exactly like that. So free, so... words can't do it justice. Anything else you want to know?
So how did you learn where to find an old bomber?
Loyal found a file somewhere on the base, with magazine articles, photographs, a map even. It seems that a bomber, apparently the 29th of its kind, crashed in Lake Mead on July 21st, 1948. Just imagine, that's over 300 years ago. The photograph shows that it was basically intact, and the map tells us exactly where to find it, except we haven't left Nellis in decades.
With a repair of 40, you could attach ballast to the plane and then haul it here for repairs.
Yes. In fact, that's exactly what Loyal has planned to do. You should go talk to him. I wish everyone were just as interested in our story as you are. Maybe I should act out the battles, or learn how to throw my voice. See ya.
Alright, well, it was good talking to you, Pete. Next up, I'm gonna head inside the schoolhouse to improve the Boomer's curriculum, but the the teacher isn't here. I didn't see her back here at first. Hello, Boomer teacher.
Yes, outsider?
I think I could improve your curriculum.
Really, outsider? I'm open to ideas.
So with a repair of 50, I've done a lot of machining and lathe work over the years. I could write up a booklet for you.
Hey, that's a great idea. This information might help with our training manuals, and maybe create a few new apprentices for Loyal.
And unfortunately, you can only tell her about one of the options, but I think repair or barter are probably the best ones.
See ya.
Because they have plenty of people around here who are knowledgeable on gun manufacturing and stuff. And we've helped the Boomers enough to return to Pearl, but we're obviously not done yet, because there's still quite a few more things that we can do around here. Hello there, Jack.
So you're the outsider. Lived your whole life out there, huh? Wow. I always thought you savages probably spoke a different language. But I hear you sound like us.
So, what do you do here?
Me? I work with Loyal. Mostly electronics work and robotics. Keeping the old technologies alive, right?
So, what can you tell me about Loyal?
Loyal's a great man, but he's getting on in years. So a younger's gotta learn everything he knows. That'd be me. The man knows how to fix and build just about everything that was ever made. It's not easy keeping up with him.
So, I'm looking for ways to help out. Anything come to mind?
What I could use is some scrap metal. It may not sound exciting, but around here we have to recycle every rivet and plate. The other thing, you being from the outside and all, well, I guess you'd call it a personal matter, but, well, forget it.
Speech 35. Where I come from, we discuss personal matters all the time.
That must be nice, sharing yourself like that, not being embarrassed or anything. Well, the thing is, there's this girl.
Tell me about her.
There's an outpost near here. The signs say, Crimson Caravan. It seems like they carry things to and fro for people out there. Well, every once in a while, I watch the outpost through one of the spotter's binoculars. And sometimes there's this girl there. This special girl. And sometimes it's like she's watching me back with her binoculars. Except she's probably just watching Nellis. I haven't tried waving.
Well, maybe I could talk to her for you. What's she look like?
Oh, you can't miss her. She has short red hair and she's the most beautiful woman who ever lived. You'd really talk to her for me? What if she feels the same way? What if she comes here like you did? What if she gets blown up? What if she doesn't like me? Oh, geez. I better just let you handle it. I'm better with machines. They don't make my stomach queasy like this.
I'll look into it. Stranger things have happened.
That would be amazing. As in, I would thank you forever.
Alright, and then we get a note added for Jack's love story. Young Hearts quest added. Here she is, tending to some Brahmin.
You should go talk to Blake or Alice. They handle most of our contact with visitors.
I don't suppose you watch the boomers over in Nellis sometimes, do you?
I watch all sorts of things with my binoculars. Who wants to know? And why?
Well, I've been inside Nellis. There's a young man there who has a crush on you.
Nice-looking blonde boy? I always wondered if he was watching me back. What's he like?
The lady killer, he's a special sort of guy. Perfect for a special sort of gal.
Ugh, I've just got to meet him. Is there any way the boomers would let me visit Nellis?
I'll ask Pearl to make an exception for you.
This is so exciting. Let me know how it turns out.
Hey, Pearl, there's this girl that Jack is interested in. Would you be willing to make an exception for her to come to Nellis?
Well, well, this is welcome news. Who is she?
She works for the Crimson Caravan.
She's with those traders? They've tried to contact us before, but I'm not interested in trading with greedy savages. This presents a bit of a problem. Jack isn't allowed to leave Nellis, and I doubt she would make it through the artillery alive.
The speech of 50, it would mean a lot to Jack if she could come to Nellis.
I suppose Jack deserves a chance at love. You can tell Jack she has a free pass to enter, but he is responsible for her actions. Do not make me regret this decision, outsider.
Sounds good.
Bye.
I don't know why she said bye like that. Hey, Jack, that redhead is actually interested in you.
She does? You mean it? That's incredible. What happens next? Can she come here? How do we make sure she doesn't get blown up? Should I talk to the gunners or to Pearl?
I spoke to Pearl, but Janet needs a way past the artillery.
Here, take this boomer outfit. I'll let the gunners know she's coming, and not to shoot at her.
Hello again, Janet. I know you're busy sweeping the dirt, but...
Hello again. How's your boomer friend?
Well, actually, I wanted to talk to you about him again.
I was hoping you would. What's going on? Have they agreed to my safety yet?
So I got a boomer uniform for you to wear while you cross to Nellis.
There's one more thing. I have a work contract with the Crimson Caravan, and if I walk away, I lose the wages they owe me. Could you do just one more thing for me and talk to Alice McLafferty about it? I know if I do it, she'll just say no. I'd hate to lose the money.
Sure thing. We will go take care of that for you. Oh, look at that, and there she is.
Welcome back.
So Janet's asked me to talk to you about releasing her from her contract.
Ah, yes. Her infatuation with a boomer she's never met. It's a small camp. Word gets around. She's aware she's breaking her contract, which is undoubtedly why she sent you to talk to me instead of coming herself. Janet is free to leave, but she forfeits the wages she's owed. That's the price of contract breaking. Take it or leave it.
Well, I could pass a speech check, which, but that's just kind of like convincing her. But I think this barter check is the better option here. Barter of 65. Opening up trade with the boomers would be easier with Janet in their camp, wouldn't you agree?
Intriguing. Janet puts in a good word for me, and the Crimson Caravan gains exclusive access to the boomers. Yes, it works for me. Janet will be paid what she's owed. Consider it a gift.
Have you spoken with McLafferty yet?
I convinced her to pay you what you've owed. You're owed. You're free to leave.
That's great. I can't believe you went through all this trouble for me. Thank you.
And she immediately changes and then runs into a Brahmin.
Hello. It's great to finally meet you.
Hi there. It's great to meet you as well.
I'm glad you made it out here. You're even more stunning up close than you were at a distance.
And you're even more handsome up close. Do you think it'll be okay if I hang around here for a little while, so we can get to know each other better?
Of course it would. I'll have you set up with some quarters with some of the other women. Thank you for getting Janet to Nellis. I've never been so happy in my entire life.
You are very welcome, Jack.
Don't get blown up.
Yeah, I'll try. It's nice to see their initial conversation of them, like, first talking to each other. I'm gonna head outside the other door. Oh yeah, what I was gonna mention too is it's funny. Like, he asked for the scrap metal, and you can literally just steal. Well, there's no scrap metal over here, but you can literally just steal. Oh, there's some scrap metal. You can just steal their own scrap metal and then return it to him, and then it'll count. Hello there, Lindsay.
Hey there, mister. Can you help me find Mr. Cuddles?
Who's Mr. Cuddles?
Mr. Cuddles is my teddy. I lost him, and I don't remember where.
Speech at 35. Take a deep breath and focus, Lindsay. Where were you with him last?
Oh, I remember now. I was playing hide and seek in the big hangar. Mr. Loyal made us leave, though.
Great work, Lindsay. I'll go look for him.
Thanks. Let me know when you find him.
Alright, and then we'll look for Mr. Cuddles in a little bit. First, we need to go find Raquel.
Mother Pearl's instructions are clear. You can move freely around Nellis, and artillery spotters have orders not to fire on you. These are extraordinary privileges. Don't abuse them.
I'm not abusing them, but Mother Pearl said you have a bug problem.
Long story short, the power failed a few days ago because giant ants have tunneled into the generator room and set up a nest. I led a team down to exterminate them, but there were so many of them. We lost. 2 killed, 3 wounded. Personally, I think it's more than a savage can handle. But if you want to kill those ants and switch the power back on, feel free.
I can handle a few ants.
Sure, anyone can. But there's more than a few down there. See for yourself. One other thing. The ants must be eating gunpowder from the munitions down there, or something. They exploded when hit by a flamethrower. One of us was using a laser pistol. Same thing. Bullets seem okay, just don't hit the artillery shells. Loyal's been working on some kind of weapon to use against them. Maybe you should check with him.
Will do. And she gives us the generator room key. Hello there, Loyal. Raquel told me that you have a weapon you were working on to help with the ants in the generator room?
I started building a sonic emitter that might do the trick, but it's useless without knowing the exact frequency that would kill the ants.
With a science of 50, any signal over 22,000 hertz at 150 or more decibels should do the trick.
Hot damn, you're right! It's a matter of boosting across those thresholds, not exact amplitude. You're smarter than you look. Just so happens I was testing it at 24,000 hertz, so it should be good to go. Place it near their nest and cross your fingers. Signal's too high for people to hear, so no harm done. But it might make you feel sick to your stomach. What is it, outsider?
Well, before I head over there, I'm looking for ways to make myself useful.
If that's so, how about you look into repairing the solar arrays on the roof of the generator building? Nothing too complicated about it, but it's a long ways to walk my old bones, and there's been that ant problem over near there. You can't miss the array. It's on top of the generator building smack dab in the middle of Nellis, between the 2 runways.
Funny you should mention that. I actually just so happen to have some solar array parts that I got from Helios 1.
Hey, that's great. You shouldn't have much trouble getting those fixed up then. Just stop back when you're done.
Here we are at the Nellis Array. So first, we are going to head up onto the roof and repair all of the solar panels. Here's the first one. Reflector panels on this array are damaged. Salvage parts could be used to repair the array. Would you like to repair the array? Repair 65 or higher required. Or use the solar array parts. I'm going to go ahead and use the solar array parts from Helios 1 because I've been carrying them in my inventory for a very long time, because that was forever ago when I went to Helios 1. Using your knowledge of photovoltaic cells, you thoroughly clean, polish, and upgrade the solar panels. You also clean and rewire some degraded circuits you spotted. Array efficiency improved by 50%. And that is 1 out of 5. That's 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, and 5 out of 5. All of the broken solar array parts are repaired. I don't know why I said solar array parts. Solar array panels. So now we'll head inside the Nellis Array generator room and take care of their ant problem. Okay. I think there's another ant over here. Yep. There we go. That's all the ants for now. And like Raquel told us, there's 1 and there's 2 of the people who were killed. They didn't even make it that far inside of the place. So, ooh, is that a marksman carbine? That is a marksman carbine. Nice. We got a frag grenade, and that's about it. And this worker's got an assault carbine, as well as some 40mm grenades. Ooh, some flashbangs. And a regular grenade launcher. That's pretty cool. So I'm just going to ignore all the ants that are in here and head straight for their ant mound, which is right here, and place the sonic emitter. And that will instantly kill all of the ants in here in a second. Oh, wait, I thought I activated it. Never mind. Now I activated it. Now, all the ants are dead. And I don't know why that said shoot them up again, progress, because I didn't shoot any of them. But, whatever. Here's a unique grenade launcher, the Thump Thump. It's a pretty nice grenade launcher. We also got a level up, too. Obviously, everything's already 100, so for level 57 for our perk, I'm going to take the Rad Resistance perk, which will give me 25% radiation resistance. Yes, please. That'll be useful, coming up sometime soon. Raquel wasn't lying about being careful not to shoot these, because if you shoot these, they will blow up and they can kill you. That's both of the generators, and now we'll head over to the main circuit breaker. I am over encumbered right now, unfortunately, but that's alright. There we go. Main circuit breaker reset. Now we'll let Raquel know that everything is up and running. And this is where the boomers grow their corn at. And they have like one of the little Kwanzaa huts on the other side of the hangars that's like just full of a ton of corn. And I mean a ton of corn.
I see the power's back on. The ants are all dead?
Yes, it's safe to go down there now.
Maybe Pearl is right about you, because I don't know how you pulled that off. I'll tell Loyal to send someone down to clear out the eggs and repair the generators. Good work.
And now we are already idolized by the boomers. That is Ant Misbehavin' completed. I really love the name of that quest, because obviously it's a reference to the song Ain't Misbehaving, obviously replacing the word ain't with ant. Very creative. Hey Loyal, I just wanted to let you know that I finished repairing all of the solar panel arrays, and I increased their efficiency by 50%.
An impressive piece of work. I'll keep that in mind if jobs come up in the future.
Goodbye.
See ya.
And then before we leave, well, that's Sunshine Boogie completed. Right here, we found Mr. Cuddles.
Hi again. Have you found Mr. Cuddles?
I sure did. Here he is.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll never lose you again, Mr. Cuddles.
There we go. Hello, Pearl. I've pretty much helped with everything that I possibly could have around here.
You have done well to earn the trust of my people, child. I believe the time has come for you to show your value in full. The people have come to accept having you around. Find Loyal and ask him about our people's fondest dream. He will tell you what to do next.
Sounds good. I'm back again, Loyal. Pearl sent me over here to talk to you about your guys' fondest dream, which I already know what it is because Pete told me during the museum tour.
Pearl sent word saying it's all right to tell you about the Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water? What's that?
A long time ago, long before the war that killed just about everything that ever lived, a bomber crashed not far from here. A bomber was a flying contraption that could drop explosives down on anything it flew over. But anyway, moving on. This bomber crashed down in Lake Mead, pretty damn near intact. When we got to Nellis, see, I found this article in a magazine all about it. There was another B-29 around here, part of a museum. Couldn't fly, but had a lot of spare parts, see? Get where I'm going? Since I was a young man, I've dreamed of raising that lady from the lake and bringing her back to life. What do you say?
Where is the bomber located?
It's at the bottom of Lake Mead. I'll mark its location on your Pip-Boy map.
So how do you expect to raise a bomber from the bottom of a lake? I mean, Pete already told me, but there's not an option here to say that.
Simple. Attach deployable ballast to the plane and float it on up. Here is a remote detonator. Once the ballast is attached to the plane, just hit the detonator from the shore and let buoyancy handle the rest.
Alright, I'm game.
Good. Here's the deployable ballast. Go find the plane, attach the ballast, and hit the button.
Any ideas how to get to the bottom of Lake Mead without drowning?
Might try holding your breath. If that doesn't sound good enough, talk to Jack. He was working on a rebreather once.
Alright, sounds good. Hey Jack, Loyal told me you were working on a rebreather.
I've never been so happy. I just need some parts from a pressure cooker to create a hermetic seal for the rebreather.
I have one right here.
Thanks. This will just take a few moments. Okay, it looks like the valve from the cooker was a perfect fit. Here's the rebreather.
There we go.
Me?
I accidentally clicked the wrong option. So out in the middle of Lake Mead, we can head underwater right here, and here is the bomber. Now luckily we don't have to worry about drowning anymore. We just attach the ballast. Come to the other side, and then attach this ballast as well. We gotta be in the right spot. Yep, there we go. There it is. It's raised up to the surface. Hey, Loyal, your plan worked. The bomber raised to the surface of the water with what seemingly no issues.
That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis.
So how exactly do you plan to get the plane back here?
I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot.
Intelligence of 7, are you planning to use diversionary tactics to draw their attention?
Exactly. We'll be shelling an unoccupied location in outer Vegas to get their attention elsewhere. By the time they realize they aren't under attack, the plane and the bots will be long gone. The kids wish we were shelling a real target, but Pearl thinks it's wise not to start up a war just as the lady has risen.
Okay, well I am glad to have helped.
Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
You sure do. Now in the future, it actually does, the other bomber gets put into one of the hangars. I don't remember if it gets put in this hangar or if it gets put in the other hangar, but we can check back in a little bit. Pearl, my work here is done.
What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
Funny you should mention that. There may be a battle in the near future at the Hoover Dam. Can you offer any assistance?
Of course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us.
Goodbye, Pearl.
Bye.
Alright, and now we can return to Ambassador Crocker and let him know the boomers are going to help me. I mean, we did say help me, not help TNCR, but at the same time, you can always change your decision on which ending for the game you're going to be going for. Obviously, I'm not, because like I said, NCR ending is, in my opinion, is the best possible ending for the most people. So I came inside the other hangar, because like I said earlier, I wanted to talk about these Tranquility Loungers, which, okay, that's a little different. So I was going to say, like, they're using the same model and asset as the Tranquility Loungers from Fallout 3's Tranquility Lane, obviously. But the screens did play the Tranquility Lane thing on it, but it seems to just be replaced with a blue screen now. So maybe one of the mods I have installed for bug fixes and patches might have just changed it to a blue screen, so that way it's not like a, oh, there's Tranquility Lane. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier too, there is no possible way to access any of these VR flight simulators. And then when you activate it, it just tells you that it requires an access code to operate, but that access code is unable to be obtained. And you just can't use them. I'm sure there is a mod that will allow you to access them and use them, but I don't have the mod installed. Now, something else I wanted to mention real quick too is over here in this like little workbench area, there's a broken grenade rifle and a broken missile launcher. There's a bunch of items, like, not like a bunch, but there's a handful of items similar to these throughout New Vegas, as well as Honest Hearts. You can't use them as an actual weapon, but you can use them to repair your own weapons. Like, this grenade rifle can be used to repair other grenade rifles, and this missile launcher can be used to repair other missile launchers, which is pretty cool. So on the other side of the hangar, we can find the Boomer Munitions Manager, who is basically just the trader for the Boomers. Now, he doesn't have, like, any special weapons or anything aside from the nuke grenade, which I actually haven't seen any of those, so I will buy that. And obviously, the nuke grenade's only here because of the Fallout 3 weapon restoration mod. Other than that, he really doesn't have much. He's got some weapon repair kits. He's got all the upgrades for a bunch of different grenade launchers and stuff. He also has Ripper upgrade, or a Ripper mod, which I wasn't expecting. But he's got all the explosive rounds, you know, for the 50 cal, as well as a bunch of different types of grenades and stuff, which makes sense, as well as all these mini nukes, which is really cool. Something else that's kind of interesting, too, about New Vegas, if you don't know, without the Gunrunner's Arsenal DLC, you cannot purchase regular mini nukes anywhere. Regular mini nukes are not for sale anywhere, which is interesting. But with Gunrunner's Arsenal, that adds some of these alternate ammo types for the mini nukes, which are, you know, the Big Kid, Low Yield, Timed, and Tiny Tots, which obviously you could buy those all over the place. Now, if I remember correctly, one of these crates up here actually has, yeah, it's this one. You could see them in. Nope, those are not mini nukes. Never mind. But I know one of these crates around here has a mini nuke in it. Yep, there it is. This is the one I was talking about. But we're not gonna steal it. We're gonna put it back in the box, and we're gonna put. Never mind. I'll put the box back on the shelf, and then I'll put the mini nuke back. Fine. Never mind. The mini nuke is gonna go. Yeah, so that's the best I can do. I couldn't get that missile launcher back on the shelf, and the box went behind there, and I can't get it out. So that's as good as I can get it, so my apologies. If you want it back the way it was before, do it yourself, because I can't do that, alright? Now, I came back inside Pearl's barracks, not to talk to Pearl, but because this filing cabinet right here has a key that we will be needing. Well, I mean, we don't really need it because I have a lockpick of 100, but it's just a key that I like to grab because it's here. So, Colonel Blackwell's key and the inventory transfer order. Due to current events, Staff Sergeant Daniels is hereby authorized to transport item number Tango 11836 Alpha, codenamed Circuit Breaker, to the installation known as Vault 34, to be sealed in its armory for safekeeping until the manufacturer can retrieve the prototype for production. Signed, Colonel Roy Blackwell, United States Air Force. Also, I forgot to read Cook's Fiend Stew recipe in the last episode when I grabbed it after we killed Cook. So go ahead and look at it now. Oh, it actually doesn't even list the recipe. I'm not a fan of when it does that in this game. I wish like every single recipe actually gave you the recipe in your Pip-Boy. So that way, because you have the note right there, it should definitely tell you instead of just giving you this vague statement. Here we go. Cook's Fiend Stew. 2 beer, 1 Brahmin meat, 1 potato, and 1 jalapeno pepper. Now, if you remember, when I grabbed the recipe, I'm pretty sure all of the ingredients were there. There was beer on the top shelf, the Brahmin meat was on the very bottom shelf, there was potatoes, jalapeno peppers, and some carrots as well. So yeah, I literally could have crafted this right then and there. Or, well, 3 of them. Ambassador Crocker, I'm here to let you know about my mission and how it went with the Boomers.
I hope you've returned with good news. Are they willing to help the NCR?
Well, yes. They agreed to help us, because I didn't tell them the NCR, I told them me, but I'll just tell you that. The boomers have agreed to help me.
Excellent work. I can't tell you how useful that will be. In any event, I have another assignment ready and waiting for you, but we can speak of it later. Rest up, and when you're ready, speak to me again.
Yep, will do. Thank you for that, Ambassador Crocker. Alright, so with that, we're going to end off the video here. So, the boomers came from Vault 34. They told us about Vault 34. We got a key and an inventory transfer order about a special weapon that was put in the armory of Vault 34. I'd say it's time to go pay Vault 34 a visit. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. I know I am looking forward to that. And there is also another gray area quest, like a really big gray area quest, that'll be available to us for when we go into Vault 34. So that'll be very fun and very nice to look forward to as well. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a like on it. Other than that, if you happen to be new to the channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, nighttime, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. And I'll catch you guys later. DeltaWolf, out.